I can put my, right here, where my finger is pointing. Under my original birth certificate. I won't, it's adapted, everyone. So the heavens, it's adapted. I won't show them you. I would show them my original, but this my new one. But this one is unbelievable. This is old. When my mother got this, I was a child. I mean, not even in kindergarten. Not even in. I don't think I was 3 years old when she got this. It's my original. And I never requested one after I turned 18. I should have. I never, naive. I never thought to order a new one. Never. And another identity theft problem I would like to discuss is the false allegations in which I am targeted by the public that falsely claims I am a male from birth, dressed as a woman in appearance. And I am supposedly a gay person for which they claim I'm my son, which he experienced the same thing, and they tattooed him and they kidnapped him many years ago because they claimed he was me and now I'm supposed to be him. Like I'm going to really show you pictures. I don't have pictures of the tattoos, but I have his younger pictures, birth pictures. I'm just going to show you 2 pictures of him when he was young and his graduation pictures from grade school. I'm tired. I'm really tired. I lost everything because of this issue. And they claim, they tattooed, I lost custody of my son because I heard they forged. For what the rumors are telling me, people who are knows about this situation, I lost custody of my son. He was under 18, so they can forge his paperwork. They just prey on us, Prey. And when they did this, they ruined his life. I never even knew I lost custody of my son with this method. And a few days ago, someone in my building or surrounding area, I can hear from the distance in my bedroom, that stated he wanted to hurt me, but he could not hurt me because my birth sex is a female and he wants to pretend I'm a male so he can physically assault me. I get this quite a bit. This is what false impersonation people has triggered against my identity. I'm physically assaulted. Now, here is my son, grade. Oh, here's his preschool picture. And then this is his his grade school picture. And they target him, and I didn't realize this. When I sent him to his dad to keep him out of this problem, when I realized there was something wrong where we lived and I was being targeted to keep him safe, they followed him to that state. So I know there is a method of following and harassing. They claim they can't help people. This is what they tell me. They can't help them. So I'm supposed to drop dead, live on the streets. I had these people in the advocacy groups, or are they special interest groups, or the religious organization, are facilitating a hate crime. I don't know why I'm being targeted like this. I don't even know anyone. Like I said, I'm isolated. Always have been. If I'm not working, I'm trying to take care of my son when he was living with me. He's dead now. They killed him. That's what I was told. They killed him. A Hispanic guy showed up in June of 2015 when I lived in Illinois, and he said that it was my fault that my son is dead. They pulled down his pants and found out he has a dick. This should have went into the FBI for a hate crime, because they claim he was a female when he didn't even look like one. And I don't look like a male. No facial hair. My life, I lost my career. I got physically assaulted in a hospital because of these damn lies. And probably would die from what they done to me. For no apparent reason. No rhyme, no reason. Just, I have U.S. citizenship. I'm just born so they can live off of me. Oh, yes. Before I get into this next subject matter, to trigger this false impersonation against my identity or identification of goods, for which he or she or they has claimed any actions against them would be categorized as negligent. I love this one. That's a good one. So they can go around committing genocide and then they call it negligent, when they know they never matched the paperwork and the forensic biometric details, fingerprint, blood work, photographs. They call it negligent. In which, my case, it wouldn't be negligent. It wouldn't fall under negligent, because I have already made state and federal complaints of these false sex determination abuses, color problems, religious problems, disability problems. And like I said, I never been notified once by law enforcement agencies or in a judiciary court there was questions of my identification, not once. Like I said, I'm having problems with my mail. I didn't realize I was having a problem with my mail until I got here. I knew I had problems where I lived, but I didn't know they were actually confiscating my mail and then sending me fraudulent mail of my cases. My cases might even been approved of these complaints. I never got it. I've lost everything behind identity thieves and false impersonation. And their identity segregation and conformability conversion methods, in which I have reference to as the new form of eugenics methods in order to eradicate identification usage. People get killed when there's an encroachment of negligent, they call quote unquote negligent. I see it as a genocide. When they don't like someone, they forge them. They don't like my color, I don't look like I'm from South Africa or someplace, they forge our paperwork. They preferably treated and profile more favorably their color over my skin pigmentation, as you see in this YouTube. Or it's a Mexican. Like I said, a week ago, I was in Walmart and I was threatened. I'm always threatened in Walmart for some reason. And these 3 Hispanic women, for this complaint I had filed, and I never sent it to the mail, it was made public, and they told me I better watch it before I get shut down. And they told me what I did and what I filed for, so I knew it was directed at me. They planned on, I got shot at once before. I was on the bus and the bulletproof glass shattered, but whoever shot me would have killed me, because the way the bullet hit the glass, I was sitting by the window on the bus, it was a perfect shot. And that happened in 2009. In your perspective, what does a broken promise means to you? Question. Well, I'm constantly overwhelmed with these 2 words expressed from some people who have claimed that I am a victim of a broken promises, shouted from the distance or near my apartment complex. Linguistically, I am not a victim of United States of America broken promises, as some people have claimed. And yes, I have been denied an opportunity to live an American dream under my own identification of goods. However, some people have unlawfully allowed another person to live the American dream utilizing my identification of goods, in which the broken promises, it is not. Broken promises means that they didn't, he or she or they would not have preferably treated and profiled more favorably another person against me. It would just be me alone. So it's not a broken promises. It's a redistribution of wealth, based on likability. And what my information ought to be, or what it should look like to them. But it's not broken promises, because they can live off of my dreams, my hard work, my goals, my education. It's not broken promises. They get to live off of it. Promises of American dreams are fulfilled using forged or fraudulent identity instruments. So it's not. Because the identities wouldn't do this to me. Their advocacy groups or some religious organization would not allow me to fulfill my American dreams using my own credentials, in which any person can thrive, achieve, and gain economic stability. That's the identification. That's ID segregation problems. It's an encroachment under the 13th Amendment of involuntary servitude and cruel and unusual spiritual objectives, in my perspective. You have no idea what it's like. It's not a broken promise. Knowing that you can't advance because they're on it. That's what they tell me all the time. That's how I'm speaking. You're mad because they're on it. That's what someone tells me. They're on it. That's what I hear here. They're on it. Really? Interesting. They shouldn't be on it. And I'm tired of the battle. But they tell me, he or she, they tell me they can't go into court because they can't prove it. So they have to use this method. That's a human rights violation, don't you think? I think so. I'm lost. I can't grow. I can't advance. Because they supersede my rights. I have no rights. I literally have no rights because they're on it. My credentials, and they know it. You should hear what they say to me. This is my second YouTube. Do you know they deleted the first one from yesterday? Today is September 23rd, 2019, on a Monday. Yesterday morning, about 11 o'clock I finished. It was like 40 minutes. Someone deleted it. Wouldn't let it upload. My economic distress, I'm experiencing economic espionage, conspiracy. But I go out in public and I watch people live a normal life, and I wish I had that normal life. I used to. Before all of this happened, I used to have a normal life. Now they want to throw me in the streets. They want to take everything away from me and give it to them. Like I have no needs. And then they're going to call it negligent. Oh, here, before I left Illinois, you know what they told me they were going to do? They're going to create an organization and put my name on it because they committed genocide. Have a blessed day.